Hello, hello, hello. Happy, what's the day? Tuesday. How is everybody doing? Let's get our chat up. Do not disturb on all the great and wonderful things. If you're coming in, come on in, hit that thumbs up button or that thumbsy upsies. If you're on your phone, you got to close the little chat, then hit the thumbs up. And then we'll move on. If you're not subscribed to the channel, don't worry about it. Hang out with us for a little bit, date me a little bit, and see if you even like me. You might not even want to hang out over here, but think you will. I mean, we got a lot of folks that is. So hello, hello. I am alone in the studio today. I'm a little sad. My people are gone. They've made it back to their destination safe and sound. So thank God for traveling grace and mercy. But we had breakfast this morning. We had a great day. We had a great time. It was a great weekend. It was, I can say, a different weekend. I don't think I've had guests at the house where I wasn't planning a whole itinerary and all of that. So I really, really, really enjoyed hanging out with my girls and my bonus son and his wife, and then have them come in the studio. There's a video for that. All the things. We were here. All right. Let's see who we got. Oh, we got Cookie Wookie. Of course, I saw you. Zal, I prepped custom creation. Is that Zai or is that who is that? I think it's, yep. Hello, Grandma. That will be Zai. Hello, Azaya. Ava Lee. Hello again. Zal. Hello again. Zal, can I show your card or would you like me to keep it just between me and you? Oh, that's something I'm going to have to work out my system because Crystal's been hearing everything we say. She's gave us a song for it. I hope y'all enjoyed her and enjoyed them when their time in the studio. I really, really, really did. I'm gonna do some walkthrough and some things. Hi, Mariah. Hi, Darcy. Look, Darcy, I put a little white in there, just a little. I didn't want to do it all over, but I just wanted to see what white would look like in there. And then I put it on this cute little card, and it's sitting right here on my desk. And is. All right. Let's see. You are welcome to show it if you like. Okay, that's what I was waiting on because it's sitting right here begging to be shown. I'm just saying, because we're gonna put it, with everything else that I'm gonna show. So Morena took her stuff, so we can show you have to go back and look at the video to see what she did. But everybody else, I told Crystal and Bernadette I had to keep theirs because I needed to show because we didn't pull it off the plate. All right, so we're gonna start out with basically thanks a latte. Because y'all, if you know anything about me and Zal in the chat, we come in with our coffee. And that's we have to make sure each one of us have our coffee. We have coffee conversation. So I thought that was cute. Thanks a latte. And then you open it up and there's this cute little card. It's like create something beautiful today. In my studio, when you first come in, I think it says create something great today or something like that. You think I'd know. Now the message is between me and her. But isn't that cute? I'm gonna have to put that on something. And she signed it. She got the memo. She understood the assignment. I enjoyed it. It is so cute. Got the man on top. That's so cute. She's making some coffee right now. Mine is on too because I'll have a cup of coffee before I go to bed. But right now, I'm trying this new drink. This little boom. I don't know what it is. It's like these. They are cute. I like when I can drink something and it's not gonna take my sugar up. So that's pretty tasty. Got it yesterday. All right, let's do a little hi Alicia. I think I got everybody that's in here right now. Coming in, hit that live button if you're coming in after I start the live, so that way you'll be live. Hi Saul. How are you? How's the weather up there in NYC? All right, let's get my chat over here. I think I put it up. Did I? Yep, there it is. Let's close that. Oh, we got a lot open. Let's close that. We don't need that. We are printing out stuff, so we need that to stay open. Close that. Now that they've made it back, I don't need that open. All right, close that. Now we're good. All right, chat right here. And make sure on top you're on live chat. not top chat, live chat. We're just a small little channel over here. We ain't got that big yet where we got, top chat. All right, streaming settings. There we go. Boom. Yes, we're monetized. Oh, okay. I had to make sure monetization was off. Didn't want nobody yelling at me because y'all know I tell y'all when if you hear live, you get the advantage of not having to deal with ads. All right, what do I do with the? I want to put it back in my envelope. Oh, there it is. Let's keep that together. Boom, put that right there. All right, so I'm gonna go through. Hi, Bernadette. She's not in the house. Just can't go and just be like, yo, you coming in the studio? We hung out. We did start on the porch with our coffee this morning. Y'all, my birds, the three little birds that were in the nest and went out there, they're gone. I don't know how long. Do y'all know how long birds stay in nests? Like they were out there, they were pretty big, but I didn't know. I went out there, prepared to be very, very stealth mode so that I wouldn't disturb the mother, like if she flew over to feed them. But neither one of them were in the nest. So I don't know. I was going to do a little, you know, investigation as to how long, but I didn't do it. I took a nap, like after they left, I took a nap. Blake had walked me a little bit, so it was hot. All right. So I am going to just kind of flip through this little pile. This is the pile so far. We're only 7 days in, but because we had guests in the studio, we have extra papers. And I can't say that I'm disappointed with any of these papers that I'm going to show. So we're going to kind of, hang out. But it's World Watercolor Month 2026. And it's all about paint, 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 slapping paint on paper. And y'all know over here at Create Joy Studio, we slap paint on paper so that we can heal what? One brushstroke at a time, right? So, welcome back to everybody that you're usually here with me, and everybody that's been here since day one as World Watercolor Month, and you're here every day. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. I don't care what kind of time that you've come in, if you came in, hit that like button and left. I really do appreciate it, right? Because I'm going to be here every day for World Watercolor Month. Okay. So as we create joy in the studio, and for all those that might be new or whatever and be like, well, who's the voice? I am Karen McCoy, and welcome to Create Joy Studio. And the good thing is we're only 7 days in. And remember, yesterday I told you I had the prompts. I don't remember what it is. I didn't pull it up today. But you can go over to worldwatercolormonth.com and you can get the prompts if you want to follow along with the prompts. Me personally, I usually kind of slap paint on paper and do my own thing. Today I'm just going to slap paint on paper and we're going to do some flowers. We're going to do a little bit. I don't know. By the time I finish showing the painted papers, I might have something else in mind. Who knows? It's my world and I can do what I want to. Slap paint on paper and do whatever. And I'm going to use my famous palette. This is because I felt like I needed to stop hoarding it. I did. I did. So let's wet it up. Wet them up, wet them up, wet them up. And whatever I do, we're going to use this. I made that card trying to use products I haven't used very much or at all. Oh, it's a beautiful card. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Let's put that right there. We don't need much for it to wake up. So today, as we channel in and just, think about nothing if you don't want to think about nothing, just, kind of have fun. But this month with World Watercolor Month, it's about trusting the process, trusting yourself to do what you feel is right, not what everybody else thinks is right, not what looks perfect to somebody watching from the outside, not what makes sense to people who do not understand your journey, right? But what feels right in your heart, what's in your spirit and in your life. We're building one, pretty, oh, I'll put that over there, one day at a time. Let's put it on this side. And every day when you get up, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when I wake up the next day, I don't want to trust the process. This one I love. You see that wiggle wiggle? You gotta get that, oh, that under there. I gotta get some more gold. That gold That gold is beautiful. We got some watercolor. So all of these we did. It's two. So these turned into mixed media. So if you haven't seen the videos or if you haven't been here for the lives, we've made painting. We did watercolor backgrounds. And then we mixed up, we pulled out the gel plate and stamped with the gel plate. And so we mixed watercolor with acrylic, and these papers, they are worthy of continuing to be shown. I just think they're just so beautiful. And some of them we got to wiggle them up because they're just that beautiful. And over the weekend, we had guests in the studio. So, and there, some of these are their painting papers. And then this one got some more. And that's why I say for World Watercolor Month, I want you to do what feels right in your heart, in your spirit. Or if you feel like I don't want to do watercolors, they just don't jive with me, right? Whatever. But that's usually how it is in life. You're building one day at a time, just like we build layers one day at a time. I love this one. Look at that. I really, really, really do love this one. Oh man, these things are pretty. So, but the main thing for me in trusting the process is to gain joy. Joy grows when you stop asking everybody else for permission to live your life, right? When you stop asking permission, hi, Pinko. When you stop asking permission to just be who you are. This weekend hanging out with the girls, it was like we had some good conversations. We had some great conversations actually. Some that will probably never air on here, but I mean they were good conversations. They were something that, I personally need because y'all know over here as a mother and a wife, um, you have to have conversations where you can really just be naked and really share your heart with somebody who won't judge you, right? And it's just like I told y'all on one of these days, it's like if I felt like I was going to just fall out and break down and cry, I would have been okay because my girls was here. We might have cried together, but at least I felt like I had some support. Mr. McCoy can't handle the crying. He just don't deal with it at all. Not to say it's not a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't push the issue. But what that also makes me, it makes me hold on to things. Just like the watercolor on this paper, the color is so vibrant. That's usually what I do. I show up and act like everything is okay when I really want to just puke out like the yellow on this page. But you can't sometimes. Sometimes I don't worry about it. So joy grows when you say, I may not have all the answers, but I trust myself even to take this next step. And that is what day 7 is all about. It's about giving yourself permission to enjoy life without over explaining it. I feel like this is beautiful enough. Why should I have to explain it? Now, telling you what I used, what's on there, that's not the same. Over explaining yourself, your emotions, how you're feeling, people don't get you. Don't over explain it, right? Usually you just kind of show up and be who you are. You don't have to always explain who you are. The people who get you get you. And then when you find the people that get you, and that's when you have the conversations and you're just like, listen, this is what's going on, this, and this. And I just don't know what I'm going to do about today. But today I choose joy. Today I'm going to choose peace. Today I choose to just trust the process. I trust God to build me through this. But I don't like any of it, right? Now listen. Trusting the process does not mean you know every detail. It does not mean everything is clear. It does not even mean everybody is going to agree with you. This is beautiful, right? Sometimes trusting the process simply means you stop fighting yourself long enough to breathe, smile, accept your own responsibility and whatever it may be honest with yourself, and then move forward. Something as simple as that. Something as simple as, you know what? I'm going to trust the process to just slap some paint on some paper. I'm going to watercolor. That's trusting the process. You ain't got to have it all together. You do not. Sometimes you just have to choose it. Just have to choose to do it. I was on the walk just a few minutes ago before I came in. I took Blake to the bathroom. And so I was having a little conversation with God, and I was like, you know what, God, some people I'm just not ready to trust the process to have them in my life, to have them back in my life, to say that, I forgive you. I do forgive you. And we get back together and kind of, have, hangouts or whatever, invite them over to the family cookout. I had to be honest enough with myself to say, I haven't matured enough to do that. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. Why? Because there's been some things that maybe I did it and I did it a couple times, and then the person just really disrespected the boundaries that I had up. So I feel like now some people just don't understand boundaries and some people just don't care. Right. But I choose joy because it makes my life feel better. As Bernadette, when I was sitting on the porch today, she's just like, I see this is just so peaceful. Right. That's what I do. I wake up in the morning and I choose to have peace. So therefore I can give myself grace so I can love on myself so that I can choose joy because I'm still becoming. I'm not perfect. I do feel like learning in my emotional intelligence that I can tell myself, Karen, you can't do it because I don't want to cuss people out. And I know I'm still there. I am not perfect. Y'all know when I'll be perfect? You know when I'll be perfect? When I'm dead. So choosing joy or choosing joy because I want it doesn't mean that the other person necessarily wants the same thing I want. So choose joy because you deserve to live a life that feels like peace on purpose. And that's what I choose to do every single day when I get up. And let me say this clearly now. Trusting yourself is not arrogant. Because I used to beat myself up and be like, you know what? I think you just, kind of over yourself. And then I was like, it is. And then now that I'm doing my emotional intelligence and trusting myself, it's not. It's just alignment with what I want and where I'm going in my life. It kind of says to me, um, maybe like, you know your heart, you know what you can do, you know your values, you know what matters to you, you know what kind of peace that you're protecting, right? And I know what kind of life I'm creating. That's not selfish. That is grown. That's wisdom. That's my emotional and maturity growing up. That's wisdom for me to say, I don't want nobody at my house that's not going to respect me at my house. I really don't want nobody around me that just doesn't respect what I want. Right. And there are people that I have in my life that they're family. I don't have any other choice. But that doesn't mean I have to have them around me 24/7. So it's kind of like the royal family, right? If you think about the royal family, everybody has their royal duties if they have royal duties, right? But then sometimes there are people like there is really dissension behind the doors. But when they come out, they have to be a united front. Like we're here to stand for the people, we're here to do what we do, and that's it. And then when you close the door, it's just like whatever, everybody go their own ways. I feel like in some places with some people, I can't even do it behind closed doors. I don't want to get in front of people and put on face. I don't want to do that. And sometimes people will not understand the choices that I've chosen to make in my life because I'm living a life of peace, right? They do not have my heart. And so therefore I like to carry the vision forward with people that I can have intellectual conversations with. Not that I want to be right or I want to tell them how wrong they are. But y'all remember, I want to love everybody. I want everybody to be loved. And I'm not here to judge anybody because I don't have a heaven or a hell to put nobody in. Right? Because y'all know we had good conversation. I'm gonna pause on this one right here because Crystal was supposed to take it with her. I signed it and she was supposed to take it with her. And I just realized it's still here. But we'll send it in the mail with all the other stuff that got left because we forgot some things. But there's a situation that's, now I'm not going to go deep in it because it's really not my story to tell, but it's a great example. There's a situation where family member is stepping outside of the norm of what the family would like. I don't know what it is, right? I don't know what it is. I can't even speak for the individuals that are involved. I just know I want the person that is stepping out and being brave. I want that person to still be loved, right? And the people that are saying they don't support and they're not this and they're not that, I just didn't understand that. So we kind of had conversation on what day, whatever day that was. I had to do the live late. We were, eating breakfast. we had a conversation, I had a conversation with my bonus son. It wasn't that what he said was wrong. I just wanted to know why do you feel that way in this way? So I like having a conversation when I can ask you, well, why do you feel that way? Not that I want to change how you are. And I feel like that's emotional maturity when you can have a conversation and nobody get mad, nobody get angry, or nobody throw the Bible at you or beat you up because you chose to take a stance that's different from theirs, right? That's what I love the most. So as I move forward today and slap some paint on some paper, I want you to stop waiting for everybody to understand before you give yourself permission to move. You can love people and still make your own decisions about whatever it is. You can listen to advice and still trust your own voice. You don't have to agree with what everybody say, but if you choose to take a stance and do something different than what everybody else is doing, it's okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm still gonna love you. If you come in the chat and be like, "Hey, I love the man in power," or that's in Washington D.C. at the greatest house that ever was built, whatever. If you say you do, then I'm not gonna say, "Well, I don't love you." Depends on how you come in the chat and say it. Now, if you come in and say, "Oh, y'all wrong" or whatever, then we're gonna probably get you blocked because then you're coming in and doing something that's a little different. But if you're coming in and you're just like, "Well, I just have a different stance on this than y'all do." That's cool. It's not a problem, right? But I will still be kind. I still will choose how I choose, and hopefully wouldn't have too much about it. But that's just how you feel, and I feel the way I feel. And at the end of the day, we'd be like, you know what? I love you. Because it comes from saying, you like what you like, I like what I like. I want this, you want that. This feels right for me. This that maybe don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? This fits me. It may not fit you. I'm allowed to choose differently. You're allowed to choose differently. And at the end of the day, all I want is people to love each other from a place of peace. We all come together and the world needs more love. And let me tell you something else. The process may not look perfect, but perfection is never my point. I want us to grow. I want us to have freedom to grow. And I want us to learn and enjoy our lives every day without needing every piece to make sense. So, World Watercolor Month 2026, day 7, we're celebrating more than creativity. I want us to celebrate the courage to trust ourselves. We are celebrating the beauty of choosing joy in real time. And I had to show y'all all these papers because it was a process that I was trusting myself to do. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna do the backgrounds, then I'll put the acrylic, be like, yeah, let's do it. Why? I didn't need permission to be happy. It made me happy. If it didn't work out, then oh well, it's just paper, it's just paint. But you are allowed to trust yourself in your process. I'm allowed to trust myself in my process. What works for you might not work for me. What works for me might not work for you. What makes me happy might not make you happy. That's powerful. That is joy. That is living with intention. And that is okay. Right? Trusting yourself means honoring who? You, your own voice. Right? This one is so pretty. I love this stencil. Like the watercolor background. They had the way. Oh no, this is the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are on the bottom. It looks like dinosaurs before she put the stencil on it, but that turned out to be so pretty. Sometimes we hear so many opinions that we forget to have our voice. We forget our own voice because we hear so many people's emotions, so many people's like, well, this and that. I'd be like, well, how do you feel about it? Give me your take on it. Like, I don't want to know. Like I always ask Mr. McCoy, well, how do you feel? Like, what's your vision or whatever? And most of the time he'll wait till I say mine, then he'll kind of piggyback off it. Be like, no, I want to know how you feel. Like, how do you feel? And that means you have to trust yourself. You have to stop and think about it and be like, what do I actually believe? What do I actually want? What feels peaceful to me? Look at that one. This Miriam's, I think it's Miriam's sunflowers. This one's Christy Hartman's flowers. So pretty. Look, we got the wiggle. We got a wiggle. Got a shimmer to get that shimmer on there. And then this one we did a little pop dotish and overflow. Just beautiful. Just beautiful sweater weave. But Oh, and this one has Carrie, like you see in the background, it has sweater weave, and then it has Carrie's flowers kind of in it. That's trusting the process. It is definitely trusting the process, right? Trusting the process means trusting yourself, right? You do not, and listen, when you're choosing you, you don't gotta be rude, right? You ain't gotta be like, I'm not coming over your house because you just this. You ain't got to. So you get an invite that you don't want. You just be like, you know what? I'll have to see. Let me check my calendar and then I'll see. And then you just casually decline, right? Your life doesn't need you to participate in everybody else's life. And your joy does not need you to get in an argument over protecting your peace. Like, really, just relax. Trust it. Let it go. It'll be okay. Because a lot of people stay stuck because they want a guarantee before, like, the outcome. Trust it. And you know what? Life doesn't always give us guarantees. Sometimes life gives us a nudge, like a knowing. You be like, and especially women, we got that women's intuition. You be like, you know what, this is something about this just don't feel right. It just don't feel right. And when it don't feel right, then you need to trust your gut. And that's enough. That is really enough. And if I'd have been trusting my gut years ago, I probably would have saved myself a lot of time and energy, a lot of time and foolishness. It would have been all right. Right? And it's not easy to trust the process. It's not. I'm going to turn these into a book when we finish 31 Days of Art. I really love this one. If I had to like put them in order of my favorite, I probably have to say that's number one. Where's the other one? That one, that one. Then it gets a little tricky because then I can't decide. Maybe those. And then where's the one with the flower? That one. I like that. Feel like we need to do some stamping around there. And then that blue is pretty. I can't do it. We'll do it. Who says we need to decide? They're all beautiful. But I'm gonna sit this one here because I gotta pull out some paper. Where's my paper? Watercolor paper. We had a sheet left and a pad. There it is. There we go. We got that. And let's put that paper over there. Now I'm gonna need another one. Am I? Am I? I think I will. I think I will. We don't know. Let's see. We're just gonna start out with this one. I feel like I need another pad. Y'all, we used up 2 paper pads. I'm so happy that we used up 2 paper pads. Zal, just to let you know, it's getting a little cloudy again. I don't know. All right, I think I missed. I got some people that popped in while I was on talking and sharing. Hi. Oh, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Barbara Thomas. Hello. I got Alicia? Anybody else popped in? If you did, just Oh, Paula K is in the house on my way home from work, so I'll be in the balcony. Okay, well, hello, 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 and everybody else that's popped in, and you might be in the balcony. Welcome. And here's the invitation. Here's the invitation. If you are new to the channel, YouTube just kind of I kind of just dropped on your, just kind of, welcome. Welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we heal one brushstroke at a time. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, here's your invitation to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification all so that way you'll be notified when I do go live. And if you want to go a little further, you can hit the join button to join our membership because on the third Sunday of every month, we get together on Zoom and hang out and have conversation and create. Hey, Carol, how are you? Hey, Zippy. I'm dwelling in the basement. Hey, y'all. All right, I'm going to start out with this one. I'm not mad at, you know what? That's less water I have to use. But it was a little rough though, when you got all that thunderstorm. All right, now I'm going to do something. All right, let's put that down because I put it on my brush, but I didn't want that. I want this brush. you can make a decision without knowing the outcome. That's kind of where I was going with this. We're gonna trust the process. Here it is. We're gonna lay it down. We're gonna lay it down. Because I did something yesterday and I actually liked the way, I think it was yesterday. I liked the way it kind of came out. I did. I did. I did. I did. I'm gonna put that right there. Put a little bit right there. And maybe up there and down there. And I gotta let that dry. Gonna keep moving. Cleaning basement insurance guy coming tomorrow. Oh, got my watercolors out and I'm just doodling. Yes, 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 yes. I love it, love it, love it. Like that. I like squirt, squirt. There we go. Gonna let it go. Look, gonna let it do its thing. Trusting. Remember, watercolor doesn't like to be controlled. I try not to control watercolor because I realized when I started watercoloring, I was grieving real hard, and I would slap the paint on the paper and be trying to get it right. And like Mariah was saying, she be done pretty much overworked it. And next thing you know, you got a hole because you be trying to control it. Watercolor does not like to be controlled. And, that's something else that I learned on this journey of trusting the process, right? Because watercolor doesn't like to be controlled. So I was just like, okay, that works. But it didn't like, hold on. Let me be clear. It didn't happen as fast as I'm saying it, right? It did not. Did not. I had to trust the process, and trusting the process meant that I did not understand every step that I was like doing. I just really just was going out there slapping paint on paper because that's how it really got started. People's like, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm just slapping paint on paper. Literally, literally, slapping paint on the paper, trusting the process, not really worrying about what the outcome is going to be because life had already served me up what it has served me up. Wasn't nothing I can do about it. Right? So going forward on my grief journey, what I wanted was peace. I wanted joy. I didn't really care about all the other things and everything else that kind of came along with it. Now, after I kind of got a little bit and came into watercolor, then I went down to, well, let's learn a little bit about this. But most of it at the end of the day, I just want to slap paint on paper. I don't really want to do a whole bunch of rules. I don't. I want to find joy. I want to have joy. And joy grows when you stop over explaining your choices. That's what I had to really do, not necessarily in my crafting world. That's what I had to do in my personal world. I had to stop explaining why I was making the moves that I was making in life. Why I moved. Really, why did I feel the need to explain to people? Why you buying 10 acres? I don't understand why I was explaining to people. Why you spending that much money? Like we gave explanation to people that really we shouldn't have. And so that's really what I'm saying now is don't kind of worry about giving explanation to people. And then at the end of the day, they really don't give a California flip about what you're doing anyway, right? Everybody does not need the full dossier of your life. You do not have to write a dissertation so that everybody can understand where you're going in your life. At the end of it all, they're not going to understand it anyway. You know why? Because it's not their life. Where I come from in my journey, I usually do what I do from a place of, okay, I'm not trying to cry all day. I'm not trying to lose my whole sanity. I'm not trying to fall off the edge of the world because I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. So for me, I have to respect me first. The hell with everybody else. And so I stop over explaining, right? Things that have happened in the past in my life, I can't take them back. I can't do anything about the past. I can't even do anything about yesterday. What I can do is I can handle the moment right now. I can respect myself without handing other people the steering wheel and telling them to drive, right? And then when they drive me where they want me to go, I don't like it. That's the people pleaser in me. So we've done a good job so far this year of not even worrying about it. Like there's some things going on the backdrop of the world right now, of my life. I'm not even worrying about it. Because why? Joy becomes lighter when you stop trying to make everybody understand what only your heart knows. Everybody's truth is everybody's truth. I like purple. Everybody don't like purple. Some people like black. Some people like, like meat. Don't. Some people don't like meat. Some people like pork. Some people don't. Crystal just left. She don't eat pork. I'll chase the pig down for the bacon. I'm gonna get my steak. That's just where I am in life. I don't judge everybody else because they do it, right? But my joy becomes lighter when I personally stop trying to make everybody else understand what my heart felt good doing. All right, we got one, two, three. Let's do a couple more, right? So do what makes your heart happy, and do what feels right. And do what feels right is going to require you to have a lot of courage. Now let me tell you something about that. Trust in yourself, really trust in yourself. When you take a stand on something in your life, everybody not going to like you, okay? And it's okay, because when you take a stand, that's exactly what it is. You're taking a stand, and you know that other people are going to tell you to sit down. They're going to be sitting down. They're going to be like, "Oh, you too much. You're doing too much. Why you doing so much? Why you so loud?" Y'all know we had to cut the volume down on Crystal. But at the end of the day, all of that was in fun. But when some people, like, let's say if Crystal we was out doing doing marches or something like that. I don't know if me and Bernadette would be with her marching. I don't know. Bernadette, we'll be out there marching, because y'all know me. I don't feel like I can go out there and be marching, because I'm still Martha's daughter, and I'm still a Clark by blood, and I feel like somebody say the wrong thing, then that you know. So I know me, and y'all know I like to pee in private, so I don't want to go to jail. But taking a stand requires courage. Telling people you don't want to do the things that you normally would say yes to, it requires courage, right? And courage is not always, standing up being loud, right? Sometimes courage sounds like, I'm going to try to just be quiet right now. Or I'm going to, I'm going to choose my peace right now. I'm not going to ask 5 questions. No, I'm not going to ask 10 questions. I'll only ask 5 questions, right? I'm going to trust myself this time. I'm not going to get upset this time. I'm going to stop shrinking my joy so that other people could feel comfortable, right? That's the courage that changes lives. That's the courage that changes my life. The more you practice trust in yourself, the more confident you become. Now, this isn't, and you have to work on yourself. This is not something that y'all know every time we're talking over here at Create Joy Studio, I'm talking about us working on us. We're not talking about working on, the children, the husband, or anything like that. We're talking about each individual's person. Put in there myself, put in the chat, I'm working on me. So that way, when we're talking about the kind of courage that we're talking about changing lives, we're talking about changing our own life. And the more you practice trusting yourself, then and only then will you not be in a painful place. And then you won't point the fingers at other people. You'll choose joy daily, all day long, every day. No matter what has happened in your life, you will choose to move forward because it changes your life. Man, when I figured that out, I was just like, you know what? I really don't care about what the other people have to say. And because I've taken that stance, it kind of has made it a little bit. The phone doesn't ring as much as it used to. I don't have as many conversations as I used to have, and I'm okay with that because my joy is worth choosing every single day, right? And joy is not something, my joy is not something I only choose when life is perfect or when the phone is ringing or when I got money in the bank. Joy is something that I practice every single day. Small ways. Remember, I told y'all I had to give myself credit for just the little things in life because I wasn't. I was just like, Oh, well, okay, yeah, I got stamps and I got this, and just I wasn't really like it's a big deal. Like, really give yourself, hey girl, pat yourself on the back. That is a big feat. Everybody's not out here taking the stuff things that have happened in their life and really helping other people navigate through their pain, right? So I had to do that. I had to do that. And I wasn't. Trust the process. Work on choosing your joy, not nobody else's. I'm not here to make any of you, I'm not here to tell you what you need to do. I'm just telling you what I have done. And then if that way, if you like it and you love it, as Mariah said, you like it, you love it, get you some more of it, right? Because at the end of the day, life is just too daggum short. And so every single day, that's just what I choose to do. I don't care what everybody else is doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm not here to judge nobody. Like I told y'all, I told me and Crystal, because we were using words. We was like, oh, that's just they just so ignorant. And then I was like, you know what? We're gonna have to find new words to use. Our vocabulary has to be broadened. We're not gonna call people ignorant because they're speaking from their place of truth, or they're speaking from their place of pain, and this is how they choose to want to explain themselves or do it or whatever. I don't know, but they're not ignorant. So we're looking for another word. Depending on the situation, we'll have to give it another word. And that's just emotional intelligence. We're choosing to be better people, right? Some people just still want to point fingers and tell people how they're wrong for doing things that they do. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for doing nothing you choose to do. You're an adult. Most of the people that come over here are adults anyway. They can do what they want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But if you're here, we're going to heal one brushstroke at a time. And some days my brushstrokes hurt. Because some days I have to talk myself off the ledge. Some days I have to be like, I don't want to forgive. Some days I have to tell myself, okay, now when he says something crazy, you just be like, oh, bless your heart. You just can't always come out fighting. I mean, what has it gotten you in the past? Now that's me talking to me. Now what you choose to do, that's on you. I just decided to put the gloves up. I don't want to fight no more. I don't have time. My heart still hurts from losing two children. And then when I look at what's on social media, like I'm off Facebook. I had to get off Facebook because I was tired of seeing the current situation that's going on. And it's like, I can't take it. So if you got something at Makers you really want me to see, kind of tag me. I mean, yeah, and it'll pop up. And if I feel like I need to go over there, then I'll just go over there and take a direct link, a direct beeline to Makers. But other than that, I had to get off. I had to get off because the emotions of it all, it just sends me spiraling back to day one. And, I know where these mothers are. And then having to be public with your pain and be trying to be private, it's hard. So I really don't have time to be out here trying to be in any kind of movement. But you choose joy when you trust that your life still has beauty, still has purpose, and my life still has possibility. And I pray to God every single day, tell me what you want me to say, tell me how you want to help people that come to my channel, and make sure if I haven't healed from it, so that I can speak from the place of how I've healed, don't let me speak from the pain of it. Because y'all, at the son with my son's death, I had to stop really being angry before I could really speak about how to not be angry. And I had to forgive. I had to forgive those that hurt me. I had to forgive those that lied on me. I had to forgive those that continue to lie on me. I had to forgive those that say that I wasn't good to them. I have to forgive those, period. Anybody that has said that Karen has done something, I have to forgive them once I know that I need to forgive them. Because why? I'm working on my emotional intelligence. I'm working on continuing to have joy, peace, and love for me, not for everybody else. The world doesn't deserve to have my peace and my joy, but God said, love. And when you love from a place that you have forgiven people, That is when you have really arrived at, I guess I can say my emotional intelligence is growing. And I've accepted that I'm a work of art. And just like this work of art right here, I'm not done. It's a work of art. And I'm choosing joy on purpose so that I can trust the process to know that one day, if I don't finish it now, one day maybe I'll finish it, or maybe I won't, or maybe I'll finish it right now. Does it say I have to? I don't know. There's nothing that says that I have to. But trust yourself, trust the process. Heal yourself, take care of your own heart so that you don't come out blaming other people for what has happened in your life. You feel better when you tell yourself, I forgive them, even if you don't tell them you forgive them. That's hard. Lord knows it's hard. Now, some days I still be like, I can't, I'm not there yet. Like, there's some things going on with some situations that I wrote in my journal. Um, Probably about a couple hours ago when I was sitting up doing some journal writing, and I was like, I was doing some writing, and I said, you gotta let this go. And I was like, you know what? I'll let it go, but can I put myself in that situation again? I don't think I can. And then I had to pray about it, and I was like, well, God, I want to be able to. I do want to be able to. So can you help me? Because right now I can't. It takes a grown woman or a grown man to say what they can and can't do, right? I want to be happy. I want my peace to be genuine. And in order for that to be, I can't let other people's mess continue to hang on me. So when I slap the paint down on the paper, normally when I'm watercoloring, I'm usually having a conversation with myself. Y'all know, because it's like I want to not have a mean heart. I want to be able to love like Jesus said we're supposed to do. The greatest of these is to love. And I want to be able to. I don't care. They might be a butthole. They might be rude. They might, disrespect me. But I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do and love them. That don't mean I have to be in their presence and love them. No. Check that out now. I do not have, nobody said I have to invite them to the family barbecues. We do not have to invite them. We do not. But I can love them from a distance, right? And if they should happen to come to the family barbecue because somebody brings them, we're not going to cause a scene like in the past. I'm just like, you know what? All right, that's what we're doing today. Okay, cool. Let's move on past this. Let's have fun. I'm a work in progress. That's what I'm working on. Oh, that green is pretty, but I need that other color. I need to mix that up with something else. Y'all see the sun coming in? The sun just came across my shoulder. All right. So how's everybody doing? How's that work? Now, I know some of y'all is like, I don't care. You don't know what they did to me. I am not forgiving cousin Pookie for coming over here. I'm not finna forgive my sister. I'm not gonna forgive my mama. I'm not gonna forgive my ex. I'm not forgiving nobody. You just don't know what they did. It doesn't matter. But I promise you, I got a T-shirt and a story that goes along with yours. And we're just not gonna let them live rent free in our head. We're gonna let them be who they want to be. Now, do we have to show up for them? We don't. We do not. We do not. But we're going to make sure that we have our peace. I want you to have your peace. And in order to have your peace, so you can love on yourself and, show up in the world, because remember, you never know what might happen. And if you mad with somebody else, you might need to just let it go. Just let it go. Okay? Choose peace, choose joy, choose love, choose yourself with the grace. Y'all know I got a whole stamp that says all the things. May the grace help you walk through every bright day of your life. Keep the joy flowing no matter what happens. You are worthy of it all, right? I got it over here on my piece of paper. Love you first so you can have peace always. And then you can love others. I promise you, you can. Okay. Well, I feel like my chat just popped up. Is that hot or cold press? This is cold press. I don't like hot press. It's cold press. Maybe you could say they're still growing or uninformed. Barbara, I can't say that either because that's my opinion. And I do say, in my opinion, because this weekend I've led with, you know what, that's my opinion. Until you have a conversation with a person and really understand their motives, you don't know, you know? So we still working on it. Or we can just choose not to say nothing at all. That's what we could do. But it's a work in progress because I don't know if they're uninformed. Like, do I? I don't know. It's their journey, it's their life, and it's them trusting their process. I don't know. Right? But what I want you to remember today, joy is not always found in the big dramatic moments of life. So when you're having conversations or you're trying to get through something with people who have done you wrong or hurt you, just remember joy is not always found in them apologizing. Sometimes joy is found in the quiet moment of you just saying, you know what, I'm not fighting no more. I love them, but I am going to trust myself and I am moving forward. Sometimes that's just really what it is. And families don't realize, like, we stay hurt and stuck because we keep rehearsing what they did to us. Right? Because y'all know, if I continue to come on here every day, every time I go live on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I continue to talk about what happened to me 25, 30 years ago, then you'll be trying to ask questions. Well, how did you get to where you are now? And then I keep going back to there. You will never get how I got to where I am now. So that's why I say it, the peace and the joy and the love, me turning back inward on myself, is how it happened. And so I think now, World Watercolor Month 2026, slapping the paint on the paper, this helps my life. This helps the journey. And this helps me really trust the process. And when I really have to really, really process something, I'm really going to come in here and I'm going to slap this paint down. Now that I do gel printing, it really, really, gel printing really makes me feel better. It does. So I want y'all to focus on having joyful, confident moments for yourself, not for anybody else. All right. Anybody got any questions? Because I feel like that's all I got to say. Like, in the words of Forrest Gump, that's really all I got to say about that. Because I don't want to beat a dead horse. If you're gonna talk and you're gonna encourage, you're gonna have to tell the story of how you're healing, how you heal, not just what happened to you. You have to tell how. How did you get up? Remember, we talked about, how did you get up? Can you tell people how you got up? And if you can't tell people how you got up, or if you can't tell people how you're living, don't continue talking about what somebody did to you, because that means you're still down. You're still down on the ground. Hi, Mary. Quiet allows us to process and heal. Art is part of that too. Just do it. Doesn't need to be good. Just start, release, and enjoy the creative process. I agree 100%. It's like Nike. Just do it. All right, I need some yellow in here. Then we're going to go back. I'm going back up to those other pages because they're over there all dry. I don't think the gel plate is coming out on the live. It'll come out. I don't think. But we'll see. What's the day? Today, Tuesday. It might. It might. There we go. Kind of put some, just pop some yellow in there. You ain't got to, don't worry about it. Doesn't really matter. Just put it in there. Just put it in there. Get in there. Boop, 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 boop. But you have to trust the process in anything you do, even if you're driving a car. Let me tell you, check this out. This is why I say trust the process. You sit in a chair, right? You sit in a chair. You don't ask the chair, are you going to hold me? You trust the fact without even asking, are you going to hold me? You trust the process without even engaging. And that's all I'm saying. Zippy says, okay, I don't know zip about watercolor. So what's the difference between hot and cold press paper? Okay, hot press paper is just as slick as a baby's bottom. Cold press papers has bumps, has lines, has dimples. in it, and it holds the water like in the craters. Hot press paper, it slides across like a ice skate. Think about an ice skating rink. The ice, you just glide across it. And think about a bumpy road, and you're trying to skate on a bumpy road, and that's cold press paper. And I like cold press paper because if you can see right here, you see how the paint falls into the craters of the paint. I mean, of the paper. If it was cold, hot press paper, you won't be able to see that. It wouldn't be there at all. It just be, and I don't have any hot press paper. Yeah, it does. No, it really, yeah, I don't know if it gives it texture. I don't know if I would say texture, but I love cold press paper. Um, this is the closest I got to. This is illustration paper. Think about marker paper. See, there is nothing on this paper. Let's slide this over here. Slide. See how there's nothing. It's just on there. Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell her tooth because she doesn't like she already said she didn't understand watercolor paper. So I'm not going into the details like you would understand watercolor. I'm trying to be more just stuff that I know she would get. But see right there, it's just there. It just sits there. Probably you need to have used a better color. So when you go across, it's just there, right? Nothing to grab hold to. And then when you think about watercolor, the watercolor, like this one, oh, here. As a matter of fact, we got watercolor. We already got some backgrounds. You can see, you can see the color. You see as like what Mary said, it's called tooth. But when you don't know what it is, Zippy, just think about it from a place of wrinkles and, dimples in paper. Think about it from that. It's got dimples in the paper. The paper is not smooth. And they also have rough. So I love rough, but I don't really use rough as much. I use rough more for my mixed media. But yeah, it's one of those things when I started using watercolor and I started getting into the paper, it worked better when I actually put the paint on the paper myself. Then I got a good understanding. Like everybody, people said tooth and all. I was like, what? And then that meant I had another question. Like, what is tooth? You get that? I think in terms of darkroom papers, tooth makes sense. Okay, cool. Then yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You do use so same, yes. So as a matter of fact, when you're darkroom right there, I feel like the cold press, it's not smooth. Cold press isn't smooth. Hot press is smooth. Hot press doesn't have any tooth. So if you get that, then yeah. But y'all know me. I'm not here to teach you about any of that. I just want you to slap paint on the paper and have fun. That's just me. It gets a little deeper. And it can. It really can. Oh, that is very much so beautiful. Let's pop that down there and put that right there. Boop, boop. But go over there and watch Emma LaFave or any of them. They kind of get more into all the things. I just like to slap paint on paper for the joy's sake of it. And every now and then I can explain some things. I can. Please, can you tell us the size and brand of the pointy brush, black and gray handle? This is a Princeton watercolor brush. This is actually the Aqua Elite. This one is a Princeton brush too, and it's more of the round velvet touch. This one is more in the flower. There was some the velvet touch was for flowers, for working on the flowers. I like this one because as you can see, I can just go into the paint and then just go and really just slide the little tip there. It's not about body work, but it also does a good leaf. Thank you, Cookie Wookie. And if you got any more questions, please I learned two from colored pencils. The texture, yeah, you got it. Okay, I saw that, got that. Where's my chat? We need to put my chat over here so I can see the live chat. I don't know where it went. There it go. Boom. Boom. There we go. You made some brownies? Ooh, that sounds good. Tell your mama I forgot to send her tin back, her box back. Hot press paper is great for when you desire a lot more detail. I don't know nothing about hot press paper. Y'all can listen to what the people say in the chat. I don't. I can't tell you nothing about hot press paper except I don't use it. The closest I get to hot press paper is using it to pull gel prints. That's about it for me. Hello, Miss Misery. Miss Misery 332. I love that Aqua Elite. Yeah. This one is I got this one and it's a number 12. Sorry, it's a number 12. Number 12. And this one is a number 10. And then the mop brush is my Emma LaFave brush that I got her collaboration with Craftimo. And this is my mop brush that I did the backgrounds with. Azalea, I like that you cooked. Y'all made some brownies. I wish I could say bring me some. Well, I can say bring me some, but that don't mean you can bring them. Save me some, and then bring them. Bring them Friday. Tell your mom to bring me some brownies Friday. Let's see what she say. Tell me what she say. Oh, I have a doctor's appointment. So pay attention on the. I changed the time Friday as well because I realized I have a doctor's appointment Friday, so I can't go. I think I had it set for 11, so I changed it. Okay, I'm gonna let this one dry. Oh, wait a minute. I want to do something else. Hold on, hold on. I was going to show you what this brush can do. And green. Let's take a little bit of this green and mix it with that. And these are handmade. These are my handmade watercolors. So the most of the ones I've used on this is my Della Magda and my Roman Smalls. So most of those, that's what those are. So look at that tip. Look at that tip. How that tip go down and boop. Look at that. Ooh, that is fire. And you draw that little line. It is beautiful. But the brush, the body, so you pull it out and pull it down and lay that brush down. Look at that body and then tip it out. This brush is amazing. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Look, as Azalea said, very much. That's very much so beautiful. And you come in there with some little line work and pull that out while it's wet and let it do its thing together. And pull some of those out of there. Boop, boop, boop. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. There it is. Not perfect. We ain't looking for perfection because when will we be perfect? When we die. You just want to slap the paint on the paper and have joy and make sure that we feel the joy. If you're slapping paint on paper and you're not feeling it, that means you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Today is about, for World Watercolor Month, it's about paint, paint, paint. Just put the paint down, slap the paint on the paper, just have fun. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just keep going. Trust the process. You got it? Trust the process. Right? Now I'm going to let this dry. And we're gonna come back. Now watch what we're gonna do with this one. Watch what we're gonna do. Now watch me work. Crystal just got me on music. Just every time I say something, I can hear a song. I can hear her sitting over there, just singing the songs. Cause if you was over at PM Artist Studio, y'all was with P with the stamping. Cause we're a little aggressive with the stamping. If I probably had a big one like her, I probably would, but we want to make sure we get a lot on there, you know, and all around. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to stamp that in there. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't hit that subscribe button and you like and you've been hanging out for the whole hour I've been here, hit that subscribe button. Now, let me tell you about these stamps. These are my designs. You can get these. You might, oh my goodness, I like that. You can have them. You can go over to PM Artist Studio and grab your own. There'll be a link in the chat. I'm quite sure of it. You know why? Because Cookie Wookie makes sure that a link gets put in. Or if Barb, somebody usually makes sure that a link get put in. If nobody is there, then I'll make sure a link get put in. We're gonna make sure we get it all juiced up and all juicy, juicy, juicy. We're gonna put this one right here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check on the garden. You go check on the garden, you go, girl. That's why your mama needs to come so she can plant the garden here. Oh, what is you on? That's what I need to see because you're buffering over there. Oh, no, you're on the right thing, so I don't know what the problem is. Okay, well, I'm not going to rely on you for chat, so we got to go over here. All right. Linda Veal, I'm gonna, did you put your picture that you sent me in the over in the community? Because you know, I want y'all to share. If y'all doing watercolor, I want y'all to share what you're doing so I can see. There we go. Got that one. Go down. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna stamp them on. But these stamps right here of my flowers, they were created in memory of my son and daughter. They're called Tanika and Joshua. This is Joshua that I'm getting ready to stamp right here. And this one is Tanika. I feel like I gotta get something that got some more juice. It's not juiced up. We need a juicy, juicy. Okay, got that. Now we're gonna take that, put these over here. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some embossing power on it. And I like color. If you was over there today, they did something like this. P did something like this, and it was very much so beautiful. So I was like, you know what? Along with my background, let's go with my paint. I don't want that in there. I will actually do some of that with my flowers. But I put my paint, I painted the background so that way I don't have to paint the flower. Do, 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 do. All right, where is some paper? Let's put that on there. So who all is everybody still participating in World Watercolor Month? What are you doing? Are you doing your own thing? Are you following the prompts? Like, what are you doing? Tell us about it. Tell us about it. And remember to put your color in the chat. This is day 7, and my color is blue today. All right, I'm gonna put that. I hope, let me see. Oh, I did put the cancellation back on because the dog is snoring very, very loud. I didn't want y'all to hear him and all his, he tired. All right, so we're gonna cut this on. You don't know how to do the community? Okay, I'll tag you in a message in the community on YouTube, Lindaville, and then you can do it like that. Or either I'll put it in there for you and I'll tag you. And that way you'll see where it is. Hey Julie Parker, did I say hey? I just saw you. Well, I remember everything. Oh, that left home screen of this YouTube channel in case I wasn't obvious. I'm trying to make a mini watercolor paper book for my niece's birthday. I give her different art supplies each year. Oh, nice. Oh, Julie Parker just came in. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everything over there? Because you said, Julie, y'all said it's cold over there now. At least you worked on my garden earlier today. Glad your garden is doing well. Actually going to do a swap fingers at public sub sound right now. Think I've ever had a sub salad from I love Publix chicken. Oh, and Paula K, if you're here, I showed your card off to Bernadette. She thought it was amazing. So Bernadette went home with her own watercolors, her own watercolor book, her own mixed media book. So she can do all the things, and she enjoyed gel printing. So I enjoyed all of them in the chat. I mean, in the studio. It was very much so fun. Also eating Publix chicken. Yeah, I love me some Publix chicken. Thank you, Alicia. Look at that. Look at that. Is that not pretty? Those two colors. Now, let's pull this back out because I'm not done. I have to protect my ink. And then we're going to go back over here with this green. We're going to pull out and pull a little bit more of this green. I like this green. Kind of make it a greeny green. And I think that's one right there. Let's put that over there. Yes, there we go. And then we're going to come down, put a stem on the flower, because flowers need stems. Bring it on down. If you know my flowers and you know the original design, this is kind of going to be right in line with the original design. I was just like, well, it's World Watercolor Month. Let's do it. But don't put no pressure on you, right? I don't want no pressure. No pressure. Just have fun. Slap the paint on the paper and have fun for joy's sake. That's what Christy Rice says. With that brush. Oh, that tip is amazing. There, and pull that light right there. Boop, boop. Come over there. Boop, boop. Boop. Doop, doop. So if you say, I don't know how to watercolor, you got stamps? Stamp watercolor. That's what Patricia's been doing over at PM Artist Studio. So it's a nice, some people's like, it's cheating. It's participating in World Watercolor Month. That's it. Remember, trust the process. Do what makes you happy. Don't ask nobody for permission. We're not asking people for permission. We're not asking people that, well, I need your permission so that I can create some joy for myself. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna create joy on our own. We're gonna have fun on our own. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh until we cry. We're gonna do all the things that make us happy. That's what I want to do. I give you permission to do that. If you need a permission slip, because y'all know in 2024, I think we had permission slips. And I realized, look, you don't need a permission slip, but if it makes you, I can hold you accountable. That's what we can do. We can have accountability sessions and be like, okay, well, did you do this? Did you people please today? Did you say no today? Because no is a complete sentence. Remember. Wow, never thought to use my stamps with watercolor. Absolutely going to do that now. Awesome. What? So I did the other one. Remember I showed, I don't know, this is the one that made me want to do it. Was when I stamped this one. So I stamped my flowers in watercolor them in because I was making watercolors just for plain stamping so that when Bernadette came, I wanted her to have something to watercolor. But she did very well. We had no problem. And then I stamped my stamp. So we're going to do this a little bit, but I like the way that that look. Now, here's the other thing you can do with this, right? You can also take, if you don't want the flowers to be yellow, you still can go in and paint the flowers. I want the flowers to stay yellow. I like this combination. I love this. This is just so pretty. Now, if anything, I might stamp out and say, maybe put some joy on there. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We're going to let it dry a little bit. Hold on, we got a water situation over here. I want to get that up. I don't want it to dry like that. I don't. Or if you don't, put some more pigment on there and then it'll be okay. Blake, you gotta go bathroom? You gotta go potty? You done got up. But that is very much so beautiful. And then let's see. Let me get my Daniel Smiths. Oh, what do I do with them? Oh, they're right behind me. Thank you, Julie Parker. I need black or dark color. One of those greens, and that one might work. So we're gonna kind of do something. Not sure. Just gonna do it. Blake Burnett say, hey. Oh, I can say Blake was looking for y'all. Like, I feel like once he woke up from his nap, I feel like he was like, wait, where's all the people? There's nobody in the house no more. So Burnett, I think he was looking for you. Burnett made a friend in Blake. Okay. Pull that down there. We don't want to go too much over there, just a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Swoop, 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 swoop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Put a little bit more in there. Boop, boop. There we go. Boop. There we go. He's sitting up over there. You're getting so big. Well, when your daddy come back by, because Mr. McCoy just got home, I'll tell him to take you out so you can go potty, okay? All right, that one's over there. We're gonna put it over there so it can dry. And the brown one, we're gonna come and I gotta get me some more. I feel like I need to have that big old pad like P got so I can just, you know, just you gotta stamp with intention. Gotta make sure it get on there. It's gotta get in there. I want all the colors. All right, gonna do that one. See, I need my pad. My pad is probably running out of ink. That's probably what it is. I'm gonna pull another one out the drawer. I don't think I have a re-inker for that. I don't think so. Let's see. Let's use, because it doesn't matter what color I'm gonna use because I'm gonna put another color on top of it anyway. Oh yeah. That one is nice and juicy. You know why? You can see the ink. Oh, and it's brown. It's okay. Which one is that? Put that over here. No, Blake is the puppy. Blake is the puppy. We have 10 for the new people on the channel. I have 10 Rotties. We breed Rottweilers. So Blake is number 10. I kept him and I liked him. He just kind of I stuck to him and he stuck to me. So, and he hangs out in the studio when we're live. But usually if I go over an hour, he'd be like, okay, I gotta go potty. And I knew he probably was gonna wake up. Let's do two at a time. Let's stamp them out. Let's put them together. We're gonna make this one, let me see, this one into like a bouquet. LOL was like, who? Who is saying they need to go potty? No children here got to go potty. No babies. Babies can't even come to the house if they're not potty trained. We don't want to deal with that. Me and Mr. McCoy are over potty training children. Potty training the puppies, as close as we're getting to the babies. But again, those are things that it brings me joy hanging out with my puppies. All right, hold on. I got to do something. I put a piece of paper under here because it's going to kind of go over. We don't worry about it. Put you that way. There we go. And then put you that way. That one's going to be more of a bouquet-ish, kind of. There we go. See, World Watercolor Month. You thought it was just going to be about watercolor? We turn it into mixed media. Now, Mary, listen, there's videos for what we did, what I've done between day 1 through 6. I tell you, the last 3 days, go check it out. Oh my goodness, the last 3 days was, oh, yes, here in the studio. I had two of my best friends visiting from Florida, and oh my goodness, it was just, let's just say it was super duper fun. So much so that I'm missing them already. And please cut your volume down, because I don't want you to have your earbuds or not earbuds, earphones, what's some things, earbuds in your ear, and then Crystal get to singing and you just be like, what the world? That's how hot it is. She came in hot. Crystal sings every song. But and then my we had a guest in from Kentucky. So she came in the studio. It was just fun. I didn't think that my guest was gonna come and hang out with me like that, but they did, and that just made my heart so happy. And y'all know I like when things make my heart happy. All right, let's put this back in here. Oh, that pink and brown is very much so just beautiful, just beautiful. Bernadette and I had crabs. They're all gone now. We made sure that they were all gone. We just I cooked breakfast for them this morning before they left and sent them on their way. That's one of the best parts, Crystal singing, especially after we realized I had to cut off my cancellation so you could hear her. Alicia, oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's the wrong chat. That chat ain't caught up. Uh, da, da, da. I got some new stuff in the studio. I gotta go get me some gold paint though. Finally found me an embossing pen. Yes, we love the joy she brings. Yes, Krista brings the joy for sure, for sure. And here's the thing, that's all the time. Like people are like, what in the world? Is she drinking? Like, no, that's just who she is. She's gonna bring the luck. I'm not gonna say she's the life of the party. She just brings the joy. She likes to have fun. She don't like people to be sad. She don't like the people to have misunderstandings. She likes people to get along. She also do know how to, cut you off when you need to be cut off. And I think the three of us, our relationship just it works. Bernadette is the calm to our storm, but she can also bring her own storm too. So it's a good fit. We all work good together. I think everybody needs to have, and they will check me, and we check each other, which is what I like. Because I don't need friends that's going to be like, well, yeah, you're right. And then go behind my back and talk about me. Be like, well, no, I think you need to do this. And no, I think maybe try this or try that, and that's good. So if you don't have anybody in your life that's helping you be better, just kind of pay attention to the people you have around you. And that's what I did. paid attention to the energy that was brought in the room when people would visit or when people would come, or people that said they were my friends and never showed up. I just kind of dismissed people. They got fired and didn't know they were fired. And that works both ways too. Because I've not always been a good friend. I had somebody to tell me I was fired, and I didn't even know I was fired. I went to text, and they was like, "Who is this?" They was like, "New phone. Who this?" I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, I wouldn't know if you want to go out to lunch. No, I'm good, thank you. Like, wait, what? So I got fired, didn't know I had been fired. And when I researched to find out, they said I wasn't a good friend. Said I wasn't there for them. All I could say was, you know what? I apologize. I didn't know that I wasn't there. After working 45, 50 hours a week, I lost friends during that time, during that era. It's okay. I didn't stress over it. I did for a minute because that person I did consider a friend. But after that, I started just making people associates or not really jumping out there. Y'all know how it is, especially with women. We get along and we click. Be like, oh, they cool. Next thing you know, you just missed something on that application, on that job, on that friend requirement. That's what I always tell Monique. Y'all know Swole that comes into the chat. I always tell her like we our running joke is like, girl, you got a whole application for friendship. I don't know if I could really live up to your expectations. But we've made it through some things. This is very much so beautiful. All right, now we're going to pull this back out. And because it's brown, I'm not going to use green. Watch this. Watch this. Watch me work. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's see. I pull out. I pull this yellow out. And these are my Daniel Smiths. They are yummy. I'm looking for a good watermelon. We still haven't had that watermelon that makes me just sit down and reminisce about summer. Watermelons are just hit or miss around here. I feel like I need to go to the patch and pick my own. Let's see, is that going to show up like I want? Yeah, we're going to have to mix it up. Going to have to make it a little bit more bolder because I use brown. I thought it was going to be brighter than it is. Well, yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. Trust it. Trust it. There we go. Let's trust it. I think that's Indian yellow. I think. That's why I'm by myself right now, needy and not reciprocal in any way ever. But that is when I started doing work on me, boundaries. Yes, absolutely. That is it right there. That is it. Uh, that is it right there. That's why I say when you realize that what you need, and then when because over here we like reciprocity, not tit for tat, reciprocity. And the only way to know that if you're doing it is you have to be done had somebody to tell you that you're a bad friend. I told y'all I have a daughter that's saying, that, we're bad parents. And like I said, I talked to Crystal when I heard it and kind of was like, you know what? I think I might have to own some of that. But she got a different version of me, right? But that doesn't mean I'm a bad parent now. Now, does she consider it? I don't know. Not worrying about it. But I did own it. So yeah, I've been a bad friend. I wasn't there when someone said, right, and if we want people to pay attention to our pain, we have to pay attention to theirs too. Right? So remember, if I knock you down today and I come back next week and you still down in the same spot, now that is no longer on me. That is now on you. Because that's where the boundaries come in. That's where you come in and be like, you know what? She just, nope, she will never get the chance to knock me down again. I mean, family, friends, it works. It works. You got to do what you got to do. That's all I'm saying. Whatever boundary you need to put up to protect yourself. I'm just, I'm telling y'all how I have gotten back up off of the floor when life knocked me down. I'm not feeling that right there. So I'm going back in with some of this What is that right there? All right, let's see what this is. If this, oh yeah, there we go. I need something that will just make it kind of pop off that brown. There we go. Let's put something on there. We're still gonna leave the yellow, but put a little bit. There we go. I like that. That's it. Mariah, if you're still here, make sure you tell Pete thank you for walling today, for having you to emboss. Because I was gonna stamp my flowers the other way, but I like the way making a bouquet, putting them in a bouquet and working them out. Pull that through there, through there, put that right there. Boop, 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 boop. And see how that, you gotta trust the process. See how this is running together? Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's watercolor. It's supposed to run together. That's when you're gonna have those beautiful blooms. Let's put that in there. Yes, because it's so close. It's a bouquet. It's not in a vase. This one's not in a vase. This is like you got a bouquet. So we're gonna kind of put that in there. Put them in between the flowers. It's like it's sitting on a bed. There's that and that. Put that right there. Oh, that is very but so beautiful. Right there. A little bit right there. Y'all know that's the way. See songs. She in my head, still in my head. She gone and I'm still singing. Look at that. Put this right here. Kind of pull a little stem. There we go. Doesn't have to be a perfect leaf. Just put it on there. All right, different ones. There. And lay that down there and kind of sweep that out. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be. It's just art. It's making me feel. Is that rain? Oh no, that's not rain. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Mr. McCoy doing something out there. Dog must have made a mess. Okay. Oh, that is very much. Oh, yes. I like that one. Put that one in there. Put that one right there. All right. So feel like, since we got there we go. Got to sweep it out, because we got a lot of flowers in there. So we got to have a lot of greenery to handle the flowers. So it looks like it. There we go. Ooh. Now with that brown, let's see a little bit. Let's go. Let's kind of put a little purple. Let's see. I'm not sure if I want to, but let's kind of see. Just kind of go over that, just ride over it, float over it, see what that does. Now, here's the thing. Remember, the bottom, the base is already watercolor, so don't go sliding it all the way over it, because you're going to wake up the watercolor that's already on there. You don't want to do that. Just kind of place it in there and then let it do what it want to do. I like that. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. We like that. That's pretty. And just kind of drop it in there and just kind of move it around just a little bit. Shouldn't even be holding the brush that tight. Just put it in there, move it, and keep it going. Just keep it going, because it'll dry. You don't have to worry about the embossing part, because it's already nice and solid. Your ink not going to wake up. Put that up there. That's pretty. I like it. I like it. I love it. Y'all like that? How you feel about that? I think it's going to be better when it dries. Now I'm gonna put a lot of pigment in here because I do like that. There we go. Put that there and that one right there. Boom. I'm not gonna do all of them, or should I? I like the way that looks. That is very much so beautiful. Because we got brown, can't do yellow. The purple is the only one that really pops. Let's see what this looks like. There we go. Hey, and at the end of the day, if you don't like it, don't worry about it. Just give it a chance. Let it dry. And that's usually what I do. I let it dry. There we go. Power flicking here, fingers crossed we don't lose power. Oh, yeah, yesterday we lost. We did lose power yesterday? Not yesterday, day before yesterday. Well, hope you don't lose power, Carol. Hope you don't, but if you do, hopefully we'll still be here. I like that one, but I'm not going to do all of them, but I like that. And see, when you're trusting the process, look how this one has really dried. That has come together. That is very much so beautiful. So there's two different ways that I've done it. Now the other one, I'll put that over there and let that dry. We have, let's use this one. And I'm going to go big on this one. I'm going to use my big brush. Use my big brush and I'm going to go in, what color we're going to go in? Let's use this purple over here. I'll use Daniel Smith. I got to get it all juiced up. And very, very gently put it on the paper. Because remember, we do not want to wake up the background. We don't. Because it's already on. But we're not worrying about it either. If it does, it doesn't worry about it. We're not going to stress over it. Just slap the paint on the paper and keep it moving. There we go. Now we're going to come and go this way. Turn it over. Kind of do that down there because that's the bottom. And put this one to do the same thing. See, the belly of the brush works good for you. And swoop it because that's the bottom of the flower. And then kind of come around. Put some petals on it. Boom. We're done. Barb, that's for you. All my blue lovers, that's for you. I don't think it's enough, but yeah. And we're going to do orange. 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 Okay, put that down there. Get enough of it. Come up and pull that down there. Pull that right there and that right there. Blue, blue, blue. Do, do, do. Come back up there and get down. There we go. Do, 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 do. Dum, 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 dum. I had to finish it off. Who knows where that was? I think that's going to be my movie tonight that I put in. There we go. And oranges for my orange people. Adrian, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Arch. Arch. We're going to leave that alone and let that dry. Not going to stress over it. We got one more sheet. Because that one going to come back and we're not going to worry about it. Now this one, coming in because I want to do, this is Darcy's. Yep, that's what it is. That is exactly what it was, Mary. I love me some sound of music. Love, 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 love it. Me, a name I call myself. There we go. And this is Darcy's stamp. Gonna wiggle, wiggle out. There's that other color. Where? I think it's in my Rosa gallery. Thank you, Barb. Barb, I really do appreciate it. You know, we do blue. Blue for the people. One time for the people in the back. We need to do blue. That didn't come out right. I need to wake it up. Maybe if you put some water on it, it'll participate. My bad. Y'all can tell I use some colors more than others. I do, but it's okay. Some of that right there. Yes. There's that. Put some butt. Put the butt. Where is it? Right. Where are you at? Which one is wet? Gotta have it butt. Get the tip. To a deer. Yes, a female deer. Okay, I got some Sound of Music folks on here. Yes. Then when we went to Germany, of course, we had to go and check it out. Couldn't go. See what the hype was all about. It's very much so beautiful. Like that. All right, you're wet now. Okay, now give me the bottom and the tip. And I also like to have my paper on blocks so I don't have to worry about holding it like I'm having to do this because it's wet and it's lifting up, but it's okay. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty. Lived in Germany for 5 years. Carol, where'd you live in Germany? We lived in Bavaria in a little lovely town called Bamberg, about 2 hours, 3 hours outside of Frankfurt. Loved it. I would go back if Mr. McCoy would go back. Where did my color go? Why do you keep drying up? That's not the one I had. There we go. Let's get the butt and get the tip. I have definitely mixed that paint up, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. There we go. Boop, boop, pull that, boop, boop, the bottom, boop, 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 boop. Gotta put the bottoms on it. Can't love it. Can't spell it. A huge RAF camp. We traveled all over randomly. A huge RAF camp. Was it Ramstein? No. We were in Ramstein. We were listen, I was all over Europe. All over. We stayed there for 7.5 years. Definitely, definitely would love to go back. I went back in 2017. I think I was over there in 2017. The new year, 2017. I was in Baumholder. Then we went to Paris. Who couldn't be that close and not go to Paris? America is my country. What is it? What does Gertrude Stein say? America is my country. Paris is my hometown. I think that's how it goes. Okay, boop, boop, boop. Oh, I like that. Oh, I love it. Now we're going to take, this is all about making sure that your heart is happy. You can't do it without putting down the words. Because y'all know what I want you to do, right? You know what I want you to do? I want you to find peace on your journey. There's peace. Have peace on your journey. Know what peace looks like for you, not for nobody else, so that you can love from your place, not from everybody else's version of what love looks like, but for you, right? And give yourself grace when you kind of mess up and you say something crazy to somebody. It's okay. Give yourself grace, right? 1972. Oh, Lord, Carol, I was barely out of diapers then. So that way, when you give yourself peace, you love on yourself and give yourself grace for when you mess up or when life just doesn't go the way you want it to. When you do all of that, that is when and only when you usually hone in on your joy. There you go. And this is also my design. These are my handwriting. This is actually my handwriting. You get these over at PM Artist Studio. Same place you get my other designs. We got this thing going on as Crystal say, me and Mariah go back like babies in pacifiers. Oh my goodness. I am gonna be as soon as that the joy of it all goes away, then they're gonna have to come back. Where's my towel? Because I feel like it's gonna take maybe I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if I got enough. I'm stimulated for maybe a month or two. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's close that, and then this one. I'm gonna pull the other one back out because my paint is wet. I'm gonna leave that the way it is, but I'm gonna do something else. Let it dry first. Okay. Right. Pull this one back out. We're gonna pull our stamp out. Oh, no, brown. Let's do purple. Oh, you went to school there. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit on there. And then we're not gonna stamp it all over. I'm just gonna kind of hit it. Just put my stamp, here, just a little bit. Just enough. There we go. Very much so beautiful. Also, can get this over at PM Artist Studio. This is also my handwriting, my design. Let's see. Let me get a piece of paper. Since we got some new folks on here, I want you to see what it all looks like. What was that? Oh, okay. I see now which one it is. Yeah. I can't even pronounce what that is. One of the main bases at the time, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, pretty big. Yep, yep. And I think now Um, I don't even know if Ramstein is the biggest now. I don't know. But Ramstein is, wait, is that Air Force? No, I don't know. Once you get over there and you're in Germany, it's like everybody is together. It's like one unit, it's like one band, one sound. All right. This is the You Are Worthy affirmation stamp because you are worthy. May the grace help you walk through every bright day of your life. Keep the joy flowing no matter what happens. You are worthy of it all. Love you first so you can have peace always. Ah, okay, British. Okay, cool. But that one is nice. And remember, this one was on like illustration paper, so it really went on real smooth. I like that. Look how it's on the back of that. And so, let me show you. See if this pen writes. I might need some more ink. Yeah, it might. Almost out of ink. Might need to put some more ink in there. Maybe. Wake up. Yeah, it's not liking it's grabbing. That's my calligraphy pen. It's grabbing the paper. So walk through every bright day. Dot 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 dot. So it works out. And that's how we have fun. That's how I have fun over here and then love it. Literally, literally, literally. And then you gotta have love. We're gonna end this like love. I don't care what's happening in life. We have to love. I want you to remember, go to sleep tonight saying, I love me. Not I love someone else, not I love them, but love. I love me. And when you love me, you won't abuse you. Even if other people have in the past abused you, you won't abuse you. Say, I love me. There we go. Sharpies. Barb made sure I had all the Sharpies. Okay. So that's where's my stamp love, handwriting love. Let's just finish this paper off. Our ink, put our ink, our flowers all over it. Kind of use it as a stamp off. There we go. That's very much so beautiful. Now let's finish that off and why not? We'll see what sticks. See what sticks. Pretty much all of it. Oh, nice. Nice. Now my next destination and I want to go like we want to do like some of the Caribbean places. Because you know it's all about going to beaches now. I've traveled Europe, not everywhere, but enough. I've been enough, been a lot of places. But now I want to go because the ultimate place, y'all know the ultimate place, we want to have us a villa in Italy. So that's not somewhere we want to visit. We want to have our home in Tuscany would be great, but we're gonna let the Lord really decide what He want to bless us with. Not gonna be choicy. I just put it out there in the universe and just like, okay, whatever you bless me with, Lord, I'll be satisfied. And will, and will. Oh, I like this. Now, this might end up turning into a card. Like, because you can really take this and make it a background. This is a whole background now. Check that out, Paula K. You like that? Bernadette looked at that card. She's like, oh my goodness. I was like, yes, feel it. Here, hold it. Paula, I gave it to her. I took it down so she could hold it. I want her to feel the girth, the weight that put in that card. There we go. There we go. Let's go on down there. But this is gonna now think this will be. We'll turn that into to a card. Look at that. Look at that. It's World Watercolor Month, and we are doing mixed media over here, making it all hang out. Boo, boo. All right. There we go. Yes. Look at that. You can tell what I wrote with the pen because the ink didn't stick to it. Oh, and then before I got something to show y'all. All right, wake up. It cooled down. Gotta wait for it to wake up again, heat up again. There we go. So if you haven't used embossing powder, I would really like to challenge you to get you some just to watch how this wakes up on your stamps. I think embossing powder is one of my favorite things I love doing. I can sit up and stamp stuff all day long. The blend of what's embossed and what. Yeah, that's what. Yes, yes, yes. So you look at, I did what, three stamps? I did my You Are Worthy stamp. I did the flowers and I stamped love up there. And it really wasn't a whole lot of ink on there, I thought. So, when I be trying to put all the ink on there because I want it nice and juicy, you really don't need a whole lot, but you want to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. That's why I'm here for, like I said, I'm team, make sure it's very juicy on there when TV doing it. It's like, oh, yeah, we got to make sure. But yeah, do we probably waste? Nah, if it makes us happy, no, we don't waste it. We do what makes us happy. That's all about having the fun. Oh, look at how that green is in that purple. Don't do. Take that purple and green. See you later, guys. Have a good night. All right, Mary, thank you for hanging out. And thank you for joining us. Hope you subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again. We'll be here every day for World Watercolor Month. And for all those that are new, maybe hanging out in the balcony and you haven't said anything in the chat, welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper to heal one brushstroke at a time. You might be like, well, I thought you're on Mondays and Wednesdays. Yes, Monday and Wednesdays are my regular times for YouTube. But because it's World Watercolor Month 2022, we're hanging out every day. I've already put up thumbnails. Do check the thumbnails. Hit that notify me so that way you'll be notified. when I do go live, because I did have to change some times. But for the most part, it's going to be 3 Central or 11 or 6. I think Friday is going to be at 4. I think we got a little bit more. Yeah. This is doing very well on this paper, I might add. All right, there we go. All right, so I wanted to show y'all my Tim Holtz fabric because we got some gel, we got some art books that I have that I'm got orders for that I'm going to be creating. And I promise y'all I am going to put stuff on the website. I told Bernadette I was going to do it either Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm going to get it done. I am. Because as Mr. McCoy said, you can't sell it if you don't show it, and you can't. Okay. That turned out very, very, very pretty. I do like the way that green shows up on that purple. So I'm probably going to do some more of that. All right. Our other pages are drying. I'm going to do a walkthrough before we close, but I wanted to show you. I want to show you these. These quarters. Is this one the same? No, it's not. They should be all different. Oh, that opens up like that. I didn't have to rip that. Then there's this. I'm not going to take them loose, but I feel like I might need to so you can see. I do like making my books with Tim Holtz fabric. And remember, I had got some when I was in Florida, and I used them all, and I didn't see any more. But this one is the electric eccentric. Eclectic. That tie your tongue. Say that all of them are electric elements. Oh well, forget it. We're gonna rip it open. Look at that one. That one's just so pretty. It's that one. This one. These are going to be for the Christmas ones. Holly. Beautiful. Love it. And then there's this one. I really like this one. Gotta really open it up to see. So that's going to be fun. And then this one, this one could be like for Halloween. I don't really make stuff for Halloween, but that could possibly be something. Then, of course, we got our bugs. And this one could be something for Halloween because it has the spider webs. You know, for those that do, I could possibly cut and send them something for that. Add to their um cards or something. Look at that one. Love that one. She said that one looked like Wakanda, and I was like, it kind of does. But look at that. Now this one inspires me to want to put some paint on the gel plate. Like take all of these colors, because y'all know Rhonda just said, mix your colors. I don't like the one color. I like mixing colors. And like I said, in watercolor, I can do that all day long. I never thought about doing it on the gel plate. This one is my all-time favorite. Y'all got to see this one open all the way up. Because you know why? Because I'm a purple girl. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Just imagine this being on a book. Chi-Town in the house. Hey, hey, hey. Are you home? Since you're here, does that mean you're home now? Look at that. Very much. Then there's this one. Oh, even that makes you want to slap it on the gel plate. You know what? I think these are going to be my I'm going to do this on gel plate. I am going to do it. I'm going to put these colors down and see what I get. I really think, like I say, I never paid any attention to put no multiple colors. I don't know why, because when you look at the long haul, I guess that could have been. But look at that one. Oh, gel printing on fabric. Oh, fabulous. Chiquita does a great job at gel printing on fabric. Like she did something on a bag. Oh, look at that one. Look at them colors. Forget about the fabric. Just look at them colors. Um, I said I was gonna get some lace and do some gel printing on some lace. This one is pretty. Look, Paris. Then there's that one, and then that one. That on there. And these are all light. So I like this one. Now I need to order some. So Lynn, I needed some because I needed to I had points. That's just like when I get off here, I'm gonna have to put in an order, use my points. Excuse me. I don't like wasting my points. When I get my points, I don't want you nobody don't send me no email say it's gonna expire. And that's where like I got to put in an order for a PMR studio. I don't know why. I just got me an order and I put in and I didn't use the points. I don't know. Being a designer, I just don't think about it. Look at that one. I like all of these because they are light. And if you've seen any of my books that I've done with fabric, my art journals that I've made and I do fabrics, they are they do real good. I like those. PM Artist Studio gel printed awesome t-shirts and bags from memory. They were pretty special. Yeah. I was about to say, Karen, I can see you making these backgrounds with your gel printing, then stamp them over. Yes, you girl, you got it. Think we gonna do that? Maybe not tonight, but no, maybe because I'm missing my friends. But last night I went to. I can say I couldn't hang like we couldn't. I think the latest I stayed up 10 o'clock. I couldn't hang with them because I get up so early in the morning with the puppy with the dogs. But by 9 o'clock, I was like now knocked out. Now this one is really fun. These are words. Like y'all know with his words and things, they are actually words. Look at that. Ooh, child, very much so beautiful. Now I got enough of these for a minute. And that one, and then that one. But very beautiful colors. So if anything, they can inspire me to gel print. I'll try to put these back on, but if not, no worries. No worries. No worries. All right, let's walk back out what we did today. Let's put these over here in that nice little safe space. I got a safe space. All right, so we did this one. We did, and we stamped it a little bit, not a lot. We did this one, and we stamped with my sentiments, words, and Darcy's stamp. Now we stamped this one, and these were on backgrounds first, the backgrounds, and watercolored the background, and then stamped. Then put the leaves watercolored again after I embossed it. So these are embossed. So it's World Watercolor Month, but we still slap paint on paper, made it beautiful. And then there is this one that I like. And Crystal, you left your picture. I signed it and you didn't get it. So we'll add it to all the things. I'll add it to the when I send the other stuff. And then we did this one. Now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to take like a Titan buff mixed with a little bit and kind of put it up under here so this kind of pops off the page. I'll show you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll do it tomorrow, and then when I go live tomorrow, which tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'll be on my regular time at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. So we'll be here for regular time tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be done did it. I'll remember to do it because sometimes I don't remember to do it. Right. So as we wrap up day 7 of World Watercolor Month 2026, I want you to carry this thought with yourself. Remember, when you go to bed tonight, tell yourself what? I love me. Be like, I love you. Give yourself a kiss. Trust yourself, trust the process, trust the joy, trust that the joy can meet you right where you are so you can have sweet dreams and you'll wake up in the morning and you'll choose peace, you'll choose joy, you'll choose love, you'll choose you. Remember, you can't pour from an empty we can't pour from an empty cup. So this is your life. This is your journey. Trust the process. As always, y'all, I thank y'all for joining me. And I also thank y'all for hanging out with me because, I stayed a little longer today, but it was fun. It was fun. And I'll probably still hang out here in the studio a little bit. And I'm going to try to remember to do this, but it's still wet. So this needs to be dry. So I'm going to have to let it dry. This one's still a little wet. So let me pull it off. That one's a little wet. So we got to let that one. So we're going to lay them out so that they can dry. But remember, love you guys. See you later. Good night. Bye.